To anything.
I know. Absolutely true. Okay, let's go. Studio. Now, what are they going to tell us? Apparently, your show has already started.
And, of course, we know that because we're about 15 minutes into the show right now.
But we probably broadcast about 15 seconds.
Your show will go live in
5,
4,
3, 2, 1.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflections.
Apparently.
Here she goes, getting ready to do her thing.
Hello, hello, hello.
Now press 1.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Hooray!
Yeah, baby!
Oh, you and Austin Powers. Grow up. Grow up.
Welcome to the Coffee Club, broadcasting live from New York with your host, Felix, and co-host, Dr. Marc. So let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy the show.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
Oh, live from Oceanside, New York. It is the Coffee Club with your hosts, Felix.
And yes, I am back, just like Hillary, Dr. Marc.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are restarting the show again. It appears that we went dead after we started. We really don't know for how long we broadcasted. But it really doesn't matter because we're here now. And Marc is still coughing after 6 months. When he says he gets a summer cough.
I need a dry climate.
Yeah, you need something.
I don't know what I need.
That's better. That's what you need.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the show is very simple tonight. It doesn't take much thinking. As long as you've attended a wedding or you have been married, you can call us up at 646-595-3247 and give us the lowdown on A, the wedding service, B, if it was your wedding, how was it? Were there any glitches? Were there any future in-law problems? Or, if you've been married multiple times, that's sort of self-explanatory. So why don't you try to give us a call and let us know?
Okay, Marc. I've been married once. You've been married twice.
Sounds about right.
I'll tell you why my marriage has lasted so long. I never had the nerve to get divorced. You get comfortable in a wedding. I mean,
you just don't want to part with your millions. You know, you're an entrepreneur. You have your own business.
Yeah, I have my. Yes, and I don't want to have my.
You know, you could put your wife in a box and ship her. You're air freight, aren't you, or something?
Yeah. We could truck her to Mexico.
Truck her to Mexico. My God. You are cruel. You are cruel.
Cruel. I'm cruel and crude. And
But I have to tell you. My son got married on Saturday. Friday we had the rehearsal dinner, but it wasn't really a rehearsal. It was simply a dinner, and went smoothly enough.
Where was that?
It was. Well, we're not allowed to mention names. You know, it's like a commercial. I don't know if I can say, but I'll say it anyway because, surprisingly enough, every 5 weeks or so, I have 3 friends, my 3 amigos, who I get together with, guys who grew up with me, and we go to Domenico's in Levittown. That's right, I said Domenico's. So the next time we go in there, they better treat us nice. And we have lunch. And then we go to the AMC movie theater and we catch a movie. Hopefully it's something with enough action to keep us awake. I know I've fallen asleep a few times, but that's not hard to do when you don't sleep at night. What can I say?
Stop drinking coffee at night.
Has nothing to do with it. Not for me. I know you've said it before. I'm just telling you. Has nothing to do with me. But, as I said, then we had the wedding. Very nice. My son and his groomsmen. These were all guys that he has known his entire life. Been through thick and thin together with. In fact, the Revs... No, you're not the Rev tonight. Felix. Yeah, Felix's son was one of the groomsmen. Matthew. In fact, Joshua and Matthew stole my car when he was 15.
Probably more like 13 knowing them.
Well, no, I think it was earlier, but that's the first time I know that they took my car. I was told that they had your car a few times.
Yes, but I didn't catch them like you.
But, you know, and...
The only kid I know is 30 years old, and they ask you how long you've been driving. 17 years.
Exactly. Although, I did watch an episode of Modern Family on a rerun on television, and these 2 kids literally stole the father or, I don't know, somebody's car, and they were younger than Joshua, so what can I tell you? You know, and this kid wears a badge and carries a gun. What can I say?
Yep, he'll always be a kid.
Speaking of which, I really do, you know, I have to turn very serious now. We received word today that Officer Brian Moore, the NYPD officer who was shot over the weekend in the face, died.
He did?
Of his wounds, yes. Very tragic. Only 25 years old, yet he's been on the force for 5 years. Following his father. And from what I understand, I don't know, I didn't read it or hear it, but other relatives as well who are also in law enforcement. He signed up fresh out of community college, and he now joins the long list of fallen officers, and they are going to charge the alleged shooter, have to say alleged, gotta be fair, with first-degree murder, and in this case, a first-degree murder conviction of a police officer in the line of duty. They can ask for the death penalty. Probably will be the first time it will be sought in New York for a very long time. because usually what they do is, they say that, the person did not attempt to kill the officer. All right, and something, it just happened that way. So they say it's either manslaughter or in the first, or it's second-degree murder. But either way, it does not carry the death penalty. But here's a guy who saw the police looking at him, called him over to question him. They were sitting in their patrol car, and he shot the guy in the face. So he knew what he was doing. Okay, but I just felt I had to mention this, not only because my son is an officer, NYPD, but because it's very tragic, especially in view of all of the happenings over the last, few months at least, if not more. Depends if you want to go back to Ferguson, but we don't want to rehash that right now. Or Eric Gardner, for that matter. There have been so many. We are here to discuss something that's more uplifting, like your marriage. So please, were there any tuxedo problems? I remember, one of my son's groomsmen was getting married a couple of years ago. And Felix, Matthew, was one of the groomsmen as well. But my son Joshua picks up his tuxedo.
So I call them mushers, by the way.
What?
I call them mushers.
Because when we were getting married, that's what they were. They were ushers. Now they're called groomsmen.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
To me,
for a long time.
To me, they're ushers.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Well, according to you, we're still using a horse and buggy, to get around. So.
Oh, no, we're using hot air.
No, that would be nice. Shark Tank. But anyway, I get a frantic call from my son. He says, "Look, Dad, you got to do me a favor. You got to go down to Men's Warehouse." I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, they gave me a tuxedo without pants." So, it sounds funny, but I went down to Men's Warehouse. Sure enough, there were the pants. You would think somebody would have called us up and let us know. But I brought the pants over to the hotel where they were staying, and everything went off without a hitch after that.
You would think his son would realize that he's not wearing his pants.
Well, the groomsmen knew it, but talk about saving the day. I don't think the wedding party and the guests would want that. It would just take too much away from the ceremony, if you get my drift. Watching one of the groomsmen walk down in his underwear.
Well, I don't know, it might be funny.
But like I said, it would take away from the bride and groom, the parents of the groom, the parents of the bride, etc. But anyway, come on, folks. Let's get a few calls in here. Even you people that had lousy experiences. We want to hear about it.
Now, Mark, I heard that
I was about to give the number.
Oh, go ahead.
646-595-3275. Yes, Felix?
And we're also on the blog, we also have a chat room open. But I heard you gave a really very nice toast last night.
Well, the father of the bride spoke first. And then I did, followed by the
best man.
No, the maid of honor, and then the best man. And we all tried to, touch on various aspects of the lives of my son and now his wife. I said that basically, advice that's being given should be taken the way you take bad medicine. very infrequently, if not at all, because the bottom line is